Hello, basement dwellers. I know that right now you'd normally be watching an episode of Welcome to the Basement, but I am sorry to say that I was unable to finish it this week. I've had a lot going on. I've been involved in a stage production that's taken up most of my time. I thought I could power through and get it done, but I'm kind of mentally exhausted, and so I was unable to complete it. I apologize for that, but never fear. The Starship Troopers episode of Welcome to the Basement will come out next Friday, and then there'll be another episode on the following Friday. So there'll be 2 Fridays in a row with episodes for you to watch. Unless that episode gets delayed, which is entirely possible. I am going to VidCon next week. So anyway, sorry there's not a new episode, but I do have some treats for you. A couple of outtakes from this current episode, things that were cut. The first one is a little warm-up conversation that Craig and I did before, we began the shoot proper. Sometimes these make it into the show, oftentimes they don't, but here it is for your approval. And then after that is a part of the discussion that ended up getting cut. So I hope you enjoy those, and I will see you next week. And now I am going to go fall on the floor and go to sleep. Good day. We saw Jack Reacher quite a while ago.
Tom Cruise has a very short Jack Reacher.
It was just it's kind of...
Yeah.
Who cares?
The movie that I was really amazed with Tom Cruise in.
What's that?
That was that movie, I can't think of it. Rock of Ages.
Oh, yeah, you said you liked that movie.
I know, I hated the movie. It's like the first half an hour, I thought that I was watching the worst movie I've ever seen in my entire life. And then Tom Cruise, of all people, shows up. And he just sets the bar. You have scenes before he shows up with Simon, who's a tall, pasty British guy, he's
Russell Brand.
Russell Brand, yeah, it's Russell Brand.
You called him Simon Le, and all I could think of was Simon Le Bon.
Yeah, Simon Le Bon. Yeah. So you have Russell Brand and you have Alec Baldwin. And you're like, these guys are gonna have great comedy together. Nothing, absolutely nothing. And then
comedy flatline.
Yeah, comedy flatline. And then Tom Cruise shows up and teaches everyone to do comedy. And I'm not saying he's never been funny, like Risky Business and Jerry Maguire. But
Tropic Thunder.
Oh, Tropic Thunder, yeah. But he was streets ahead of everyone else.
Tom Cruise, taking him to school.
That's right. There's a reason they pay him a bunch of money, because occasionally he does wonders. What are your thoughts of adaptations of books into movies? How faithful do they have to be?
Well, we talked about Watchmen. We talked about how Watchmen maybe was a little too faithful.
Yeah.
I think that the director, the screenwriter, the whoever, they have to have their own point of view, and they have to take the source material and somehow make it uniquely their own for there to be even a point for the movie to exist. You certainly don't want to see a word-for-word recreation of a novel on screen. But at the same time, you don't want them to get too loosey-goosey.
It hurts a lot of times when you're watching a movie made from a book you like be torn apart and put back together. But a lot of really great movie makers have done it really well. Stanley Kubrick made a career out of destroying novels. Just ask Stephen King.
Conversely, you look at something like No Country for Old Men, Coen Brothers again, that movie is almost identical to the novel.
Yeah.
I mean, I read the novel and I felt like I was reading a screenplay of the Coen Brothers movie.
There's only...
And that movie is very unique, and that's a really unique vision. So, I guess it depends on who does it and how they do it.
Yeah, and also if the product that they make is successful. It's like World War Z came out, and I'm pretty sure you're not running to see it, and I'm not running to see it, because we both love the book. But I have heard from people who haven't read the book, who have seen World War Z, that it's absolutely terrifying. We should be happy that we have both.
Yeah.
That I have The Shining that Kubrick gave me, and then years later I read The Shining that Stephen King gave me, and it's like, oh, this is entirely different. It's a tragedy. So it's beautiful that I can have that experience twice with the same material.